Shadow IT has long been an issue, from the distant past of USB sticks being left on trains and email accounts being used, personal email accounts being used to move corporate files around, all because employees really wanted to use their personal laptop rather than whatever machine work had given them. Of course, the bring your own device era of 10 years ago just made this worse and exacerbated this incredibly. Off the back of that, there's always been those individuals that always had their preference for their email client of choice or their favorite word processor, or engineers with their preferred IDEs. Entire teams would buy SaaS products off the shelf and happily use them. Away marketing is a classic one for this. Buy a shiny new SaaS product and get quite frustrated with IT when they refuse to support them in the use of that. Those super keen individuals are always there as well within teams. Those individuals who would use Excel or Access, maybe with a bit of scripting, to create some personal workflow assistant that just made their lives a little bit easier. And then before you know it, these systems have exploded and grown and morphed out of all control, and they're now running critical business systems, but there's just one individual who knows anything about it. There's obviously huge risk associated with that. And this, again, has only increased in recent years with the arrival of Power Apps and all that's gone on there. Now we're in the next wave, okay, and the risks are even higher. I saw a survey only last week that suggests half of all knowledge workers are now using some kind of personal AI tools. Okay, so we're talking here, ChatGTP or DeepSeek or Gemini or whatever kind of your personal chatbot of choice is, to help them write emails or draft reports or whatever else is going on in their work life. Of course, the trouble with this, when they're using a personal tool rather than an approved tool, is it'll be on some kind of free account or personal account. All that data is being leaked into the model, being leaked into the internet. And yes, there's a chance that information could come out as part of a response to somebody else, but more likely, the bigger risk is, if there's a data leak that, you're not even looking for on one of these big servers and big systems, that your personally identifiable data of your prospects or your clients or your employees or some kind of critical piece of information could just be leaked out into the world, and you don't even know about it. There are other associated risks as well. This rise we saw with, we start with Excel and Access and scripting and then Power Apps. And now we've got amazing tools out there like Cursor or Bolt, where you can build entire applications with a prompt. No coding experience required at all. Joining systems together, moving data around. There's huge opportunity here by harnessing the excitement of your employees and your team members, but also comes with incredible risk due to the lack of oversight, the lack of understanding, and lack of education in this space. Helping our employees understand, of course, that it's not just corporate IT being evil and wanting to keep control. It's not just about them trying to restrain their creativity, but there are some significant security risks and issues that are only going to increase over time. Of course, we want these people as well. Every organization on the planet now has a shadow IT problem. If you don't, you probably should be more worried, because those individuals, the ones that are driving the technology forward and the usage forward, are the ones that are also going to be driving your organization forward. So it's really important that we encourage and harness that enthusiasm, but we do so with transparency and with education. How can we best maximize the opportunity that these tools bring, enable and encourage our fast followers and early adopters within our teams to really maximize the value that we're seeing there? The most important thing is to not ignore it. This is happening. Your teams are using these tools, whether you've banned them, whether you've got some very restrictive policies, or whether you've enabled a tool of choice. You can guarantee that these tools are coming so thick and fast that your team members are doing something else. They will always choose convenience over security. And what that means is that there's a whole bunch of activity going on that you're completely unaware of. I would encourage everyone to kind of try and bring this out into the open. Enable your organizations to openly innovate, to openly play, to openly try new things, create little R&D sessions, create innovation time, enable people to play and explore, and ultimately bring education. Education is definitely possible in this space. All of us now are pretty internet savvy. We go online and we're very careful about which websites we give our information to, whether it's our address or our credit card information or our health data or even our email address. We're very wary about who gets that data now. And it's actually the same situation here. Which tools are you using? Which tools are you uploading information to? Which tools are you talking to and sharing ideas with? It's important to educate our people so that they can make informed decisions, because locking these things down is basically probably not going to happen. We want to be in a situation where innovation is encouraged, where our people are excited and our teams are together helping us to grow our organization so that it's ready to survive and thrive during this next wave.